This is Agent Eerie, here in the flesh within the dwelling, and I'm going to review AEW Dynamite for the November 11th edition of this year, 2023. And let me tell you, it was quite brutal. Out with the first match, and it's Orange Cassidy and Hook. And they're in a tag team match versus Yuta and Moxley. And oh, did Orange Cassidy grow a pair of oranges below the belt? Because this guy, he went in, he did the jumping. Hook, he did eventually get the red rum on old Moxley. The thing is, that wasn't enough. Mox would finish him with the Death Rider. Yuta would come in with the seat belt. There's no way of getting out of that. Moxley then screams at Orange Cassidy like if he was some school bully. Next, we got some segment with Hangman, and of course he's gonna go shout at Swerve and Prince Nana. If you're gonna watch any of the segments, this is the best segments. Wow, Hangman clowns on Nana, on Swerve, and also there's a stipulation to this interview. I guess Tony Schiavone says in the beginning that, hey, you guys can't physically hit each other or you guys won't have a match at Full Gear. He starts saying stuff like, oh, hey, Prince Nana, sell merch, you dance around, and at the end of the night, you go out to some parking lot at some high school and basically get the old green medicine, as the Iron Sheik would call it, from some teenage kid. This really got Swerve mad, and Hangman, Adam Page, would say, hey, you know what? I know the stipulation is I can't hurt you, but it doesn't say anything about Prince Nana. He then attacks him. They eventually get separated, and Hangman does the buckshot lariat to some innocent security guard, and that's how it ends. Next, there's another segment, and it's Lexi Nair, and she's basically interviewing Roddy Strong. We have Red Velvet, and she fights Scooby Blue, or as you guys might know her, Skye Blue. The reason I'm calling her Scooby Blue is because I see her in this, I don't know, I guess she's been wearing this Scooby-Doo inspired uniform. Now, Red Velvet, she holds her own, but it's not enough. In Skye Blue, she ends up winning using the old Code Blue. Scooby Blue then signals that she wants Chris Statlander's TBS title. Chris obviously is not a fan of that, and Julia Hart just stares at the monitor. Next, we got a segment with Mariah May. We all remember her, and she finally gets to meet Toni Storm. The thing is that her idol doesn't look like she has time for Mariah May. Next, we got Samoa Joe, and he basically squashes Ted Cruz's clone, John Cruz. After beating him, he extends his hand to MJF. What a gentleman. Young Bucks, they eventually fight Penta and Commander. The Young Bucks, they start to get a little heelish, as you can see. That is what helps them win the match. They eventually do the V-trigger. Then the segment appears where the Young Bucks are being interviewed. Kenny is there, and they're like, oh yeah, we're the big rule breakers. Eventually, Jericho gets in, and the funny thing is they're talking about how, oh yeah, we changed. We're way tougher now. And basically when Jericho comes around, they get mad. Young Bucks over Jericho. Next, we have the Guns versus Peter Avalon and Jacoby Watts. And the thing is, of course, the Guns are accompanied by Juice. Their entrance is kind of weird. There's a lot of smoke around the ring. It's almost like it was Prince Nana there with his green medicine. Was RVD there? Obviously, there would be a lot of smoke. And they would squash Peter Avalon and Watts. They do the 310 to Yuma. pin him, and Juice adds insult to injury by pishing on him. Yeah, there's a reason why I call them the Bullet Club Pished. Next, we got that Like a Dragon Gaiden street fight. Jericho, Omega, Ibushi, and Paul Wight, they face Takeshita, Fletcher, and Hobbs. And let me tell you, and of course, that stupid fake cyborg Brian Cage. And this is the match where, oh man, there are some spots. I'll put some of the spots, and then the rest, I will tell you this, people. Watch the match because they are really brutal. Especially the spot that is done to Paul Wight. Man, I'm telling you, all it takes is one false move, and I mean, you're going to have to watch it. Of course, I'm not going to put it on YouTube, but Paul Wight lands wrong. I understand Hobbs is showing how tough he is. No doubt about why you would do that, to show how brutal Hobbs is, but I would say this goes too far. Tape up Hobbs, tape up his mouth. Brian Cage would try to assist, but it's not enough. Omega, he finishes the match, wins it, and Jericho, Ibushi, and Omega celebrate. Then the night finishes with MJF. He goes down to the ring, and eventually Tofu White comes out. Tofu basically, he explains, hey, you know what? You never change really, MJF. Stop trying to lie to the audience. We both know you're an evil guy, and that's probably you in the demon mask. I'm gonna jump you. And then he sends the Guns and old Juicy Juice, the whole Bullet Club Pished, to attack poor MJF. And then once more, he does the switchblade on him and leaves him on the mat. Like, subscribe, comment. If you really hate what I'm saying, go to the comment section and we could hash it out there. Alright, to everybody else, have a good one.